Good afternoon, everybody. How are we today? I'm hoping everyone is good. Just doing my checks to make sure that I am live in the right place. Yeah, there we are. Now, I do know that it's going to freeze. And yeah, it will sort itself out. It does it. I don't know why, but that seems to be what it's doing. It's Facebook. I don't think Facebook likes us going live via another rather than just going live direct. I'm using StreamYards, and I don't think Facebook like it when we do things like that. But hey ho, that's the way it is. If things do carry on like this, it might be that I end up just going live on YouTube and doing it that way instead. It's not what I want to do, but it's no good if it's freezing all the time. Right, so we'll say goodbye to Facebook for me, not for you, obviously, and hopefully it has sorted itself out. Right, it's a new month. I haven't set my chair up. Which means we've got lots of new things happening. Biggie is new catalogue that is now live for you to order from. We've got new online exclusives. We've got 2 new kits available. What else is there? We've got the new starter kit promotion. If you join Stampin' Up, you don't have to sell or demonstrate or anything. You can just join for the discount. There's 2 options. You choose your starter kit as normal, and you will receive a bundle of the new in colour ink pads, the new ink pads, which are these ones, which are the magnetic, lovely ink pads. But you'll get the new 5 in colours in those. Or you can choose to have, I believe it's an extra £35. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining. £35 worth of product. I believe that's right. So yeah, there's lots happening. I myself currently have a promotion going on over on my website, on my shop, my retired products. Everything that's on there is 50% off. And that's just for May. I'm having a bit of a clear out ready for the summer, and new stuff in, old stuff's got to go, or older stuff. Some of it's not that old, to be fair. So yeah, do go and check that out. Right, I thought we'd have a little look at the catalogue whilst I'm explaining what we're doing. Hi, Michelle. Hope you're well. Right, so yeah, if you may have noticed, this catalogue isn't as thick as our normal catalogue that comes out now, which would be our annual catalogue. We are no longer doing an annual catalogue. And we are no longer doing the mini catalogues. We are having 3 catalogues a year. So every 4 months a new catalogue will come out. But there will be product in them that's carrying over. So not everything goes out, and so it's not constant in and out, in and out. It's just bringing them in rather than everything coming in with the annual catalogue. Things are trickling 3 times a year. And also it's not such a big catalogue to carry about, and for us to post, it all costs us money in postage. But if you did want one, let me know and I'll get one out to you. So we've got a new month, which means we've got a new product of the month. And this month we are looking at the Beautiful Ordinary Life suite. On stage, I saw this and I instantly wanted it. This was the one that grabbed me. We had a fantastic presentation of it, showing lots of different samples, and I just thought, yeah, brilliant. For me, it is more of a scrapbooking suite. It tends to lean that way, which is why I wanted it. But I have been making cards with it as well. It's brilliant for cards, especially the papers. And there is also, besides what comes in the suite, and we'll run through those, there is also some extra add-ons. There is a scrapbooking workshop kit that you can get, and that comes with everything you need to create 6 pages, 3 double spreads. And then there is the papers with a sticker sheet if you want to do things yourself, 2-tone card stock that matches in with it, and also another bundle, Extraordinary Life bundle, which I have got as well. So let's take a closer look at the actual products that are in this suite. So we've got our little, they're called Array of Dots. I haven't got my light on, have I? It's all very dark. Gorgeous, gorgeous dots. It's Flirty Flamingo, Lemon Lolly, Pool Party, and Pecan Pie. Pecan Pie? Pretty Peacock. So they are gorgeous. Then you get this set of almost chipboards. They're thicker. If you can hear that they're just that little bit thicker than just cardstock. And it's a sheet of these, and these are the Floral Flight Accents. Now, I have used a lot of mine, but they've all got bits that push out, and that's like a big bouquet of flowers. And that one, it's beautiful. And then we've got some flowers with bits that push out as well. Not coming out that easy. I don't want to push them all out because they give them strength. And we've got foliage, some hearts, some beautiful butterflies, lots more foliage. I mean, look at that butterfly. And the hearts have pieces missing out of them too. So that's really good. And one of the things that really struck me about this suite is the colours. You have this suite, looking forward to seeing what you make with it. I'll be looking forward to seeing what you make too, Carol. Yeah, the colours in it I loved, and the fact that it's got that pop of black. I'm quite into this pop of black at the moment. So the bundle that you get with the suite is the Bordered in Beauty. And as you can see, there's lots of border stamps, and then there's some tag stamps and labels. But lots of choice in borders there. And then we have the border dies, which there are some tags and labels to cut out your stamped ones, some edges that coordinate with the stamped borders, and some standalone edge pieces, and one to make a file. Then that extra bundle is the Extraordinary Life, and in here you get a beautiful, this is a beautiful life. I love that. Noteworthy, One Fine Day, a solid heart that's got love it cut out of it, a flower, the butterfly, the honeycomb, a nice label for a list, and some just little bits to go out. Like I say, it's aimed at scrapbooking, but I've used it to make cards. And then we've got the dies that cut out a little note paper, a gorgeous frame, a tab, the butterfly and the heart, a little leaf and the flower, hexagon. So yeah, some lovely little shapes there. And then for the papers, which mine are well used, we might have one of each full at the back. So we've got the pool party spotty and the V's on the back. Hi, Shell. You enjoying your dinner, or have you left the farm now? We've got the honeycomb with a very fancy zigzag on the back. Might not show too good on camera. And then we've got a lovely colour wash with lines and little crosses on the back. This one is my favourite. Nice design there with dots, stripes, which is gorgeous, and leaves, foliage on that one. And our final one is this one with the colour wash, which is gorgeous. I mean, you can just pick pieces of it depending on what colours you want to go for, and then the hexagons on the back. You're still at the play centre. Arlo's made friends, so I'm never getting out. Well, what more would you want to be doing on a Thursday afternoon? Right, so we're going to be making a card, and I thought we will pull out the Ultimate Card Making Jumpstart pack sketches from the Stamping Lounge. We did one of these the other day. As there are 52 sketches, I thought, well, I can do one a week when I'm here, and we'll go all the way through them and use them all. We did one last week, and we'll do one, I think it was last week. So we'll go for number 2 this time. And this is, it means you can sit and watch what you, well, that's true, yes. So we've got this sketch today, and it's, each piece is labelled A, B, C, D, and it gives me the dimensions on the back, should I want to follow the dimensions in metric and imperial. Also gives a quick tip: blending tone on tone colours will create a rich, deep depth in your project. So you can either follow it as the dimensions or just go as you wish. I tend to just go as I wish. So we'll have that here so that we can see that. And then we're going to create. I haven't given this any thought previously, but I think I'm going to go with some paper for my background, and I am going to go spotted. And that'll be my layer, because A is my card base, B is my layer. I'm going to have a layer of this, and I'm just going to cut it down to my normal size, which is 14.4 by 10. For me, that's a standard first layer. Oh, I think I need a new blade. Oh my life. Definitely need a new blade in there. Let's change that. And it looks like my layer is going to be slightly smaller, but that's okay. We can adapt. I do have some blades. Yep. Change my blade. And I think that's gone because lately I've been cutting some grey board for my album. So that's possibly what's made that do that. I don't usually get it that it does that. They usually just fray. So we'll cut it down to 9.5 by 13.9. So I'll have a slightly smaller piece, which is fine. You can add an extra layer in should we want to. And then I think we're going to do some blending on here just to give it a little bit of colour. So I'm going to bring my glass mat. Now we've got a wide choice of colours that are in this suite. And I've got them out in front of me. And I think I'm going to go for... This is going to be the hardest decision. I think we'll go Lost Lagoon. I like Lost Lagoon. What's that one? Petal Pink. No, I don't want pink. We'll go Lost Lagoon. Let's bring out my mat. That just helps my ink pad to stay still. That's my purple brush. My blue one's not been used. My green one's been used for quite a green. So I'll use this blue one that hasn't been used. Now when blending, we always start off the page if we're doing a full piece. And I dab off a lot of the ink because I don't want to go in too heavy. Just start off light and then we'll pull that ink in. Especially if you're using a glass mat, you can do this because the ink just lies on there. And then we can build up the colour. And you can see that's starting to build up there. And just pull some more of that ink in, smaller circles so that I'm not going off the page anymore until I want a bit more ink. There we go. Grab a bit more, turn my page, and I'll come this way. It just gives you a nice variated colour up and down. It's best to go in circles, but if you've got an area where you particularly want some ink, like I did there along that edge, you can go up and down, left and right. There's no reason why you can't. You just tend to get a nicer blend in circles. Obviously, if you only want it in one particular place, then do what's right for adding it to that place. Right, I want to try and get it a bit darker down this one side. I do want some all the way down here, so I'm just going to put a very light bit down here, and I am going to go up and down on this because I've only got a slight amount of ink on there. It's going to blend well anyway. Right. And there we go. Starting to darken. And it can take some time. Some colours, it tends to, or it seems to work a lot quicker. Others seem to take a lot more time. But I like the fact that you never get the same result twice. There we go. So we've got a nice background there with some blending on for our card. Right, let's pop that there. I'll have that there, and then I want my cloth so that I can wipe this. And I am going to remove this because unfortunately you do get a glare off my light. Move that out of the way. Okay. Right. So I now want my main image, which is a circle on there, but it doesn't mean we have to use a circle. And in my plethora of things that we can use, I'm quite thinking to do the notepad piece, and so I'll have a square instead. And it just so happens I have one cut that's in Pool Party. And that doesn't look too bad on there at all. Okay, so that's one of those die cut. And then what else do we need? We need a sentiment and a smaller piece to go here. Well, I know what I'm going to put there. Well, I did, but I might change my mind actually. I was going to put the heart with love it, but how about if we had one of these gorgeous flowers? Let me just poke all the bits out and you'll be able to see. I was sitting outside earlier. It's a lovely day here. Hayden's cleaning some drawers down. Some plastic drawers that were out my craft room and they got put in the shed. He's decided he wants them now under his desks. So we could have a flower there. I like that. And what I might do we have a die that's very similar to that? I don't think we do, no. Because I was going to put vellum behind it. And then that'll make that little bit softer. Let me see if I can fussy cut round it. If I grab a glue dot, because then if I can't do it, it won't ruin it by gluing it. Because a glue dot will be able to pull off the vellum. If I put that in the middle, somewhat in the middle, and then stick that onto the vellum. And then let's fussy cut round, move my charm. There we go. If I just cut around this, and because they're quite thick, they're not easy to cut into. Like a normal piece of cardstock would be. I don't think I would try doing this live with a normal piece of cardstock because I would end up with it all shapes. And I'm not being perfect because there's quite a wide outline on this as well. I have got my scissors angled so that it is cutting it a little bit into it. But there we go. Nearly done. That bit there. As you can see from the back, there are bits where I weren't precise, but it's given me the effect that I wanted. It's just softened behind just that little bit, and I like that. That needs to go in my other bin. So we can have that. I want to stamp on here, and I could use the flower or the butterfly, or I could use the banner. I think I'm going to use one of these. And I'm going to use, see, I know the butterfly, I don't want it bigger than my flower. I'm going to use the flower because it's smaller. A little block, and I'm going to do tone on tone. I'm going to grab my Pull Party. Now this has been die cut out of two-tone cardstock. So it is slightly thinner than the card, and it's different each side. And I still haven't treated myself to a new piece of paper. Keep saying I'm going to. Right, so I want to see how dark. I'm going to stamp off because mine's quite inky, because I re-inked it the other day. So I get that slight difference around it, but I like anyway. It's just to give some interest to it so that it's not plain like that. Right, so we've got that piece, we've got that piece. So we need a strip across, which is perfect in this because we've got all of our banner pieces here. So I'm thinking we could do, I really like the little V's that are almost hearts. But I have done the butterflies before and they look beautiful. In fact, I've got some butterflies done. Is that cheating? And that would come out of the side like so. I'm thinking we need another colour. But I will go butterflies. I wasn't going to go very girly with this. I was going to go quite masculine, but maybe that's just not what it needs. Right, let's grab our butterfly banner, our border, and our block. And I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo. It's not a colour I use a lot, but it goes so nice with these. And we'll do tone on tone again. And I'm using my stamping mat because we're photopolymer stamps and it just gives us that little bit of bounce in there. It gives us a nicer image, clearer image. There we go, straight up and down. We can die cut that out. We only need the one because we can chop it in half and stick it out either end. Let's find the die. End up with so many things open, packets, and but these new packets are great. You can just stack them up. They don't take up too much room. Right, that goes that way. Just looking if I've got some tape, but I haven't. So let me grab a piece of tape. And this is repositionable tape. But I do take some of the sticky off it because I still find it can be a little too sticky. And rip the cardstock. All right, there we go. That's lined up. Pop that down. Pop that through. How's Arlo getting on with his little brother? But he loves it, doesn't he? For those that don't know, Arlo's my great nephew. And he's not long had a little brother. Right, there we go. So I can pop that out. And how beautiful is that? It's not perfectly die cut, but that's okay because it'll be behind. So let me just chop that there. And then we can pop that on. Like so. I am going to have it slightly overlapping, which is fine. And so that'll go there. Something like that. I might put it above it actually. That's better. Above that. And then we've got a little circle. We need a sentiment piece, which I can use one of these beautiful banner that. So noisy in there, you miss what I said. Ah, how's Arlo getting on with his little brother? I bet he's loving playing Big Brother. Right. Let me find out other. So in this stamp set, we've got some gorgeous sentiments. Noteworthy, top 5, cherish this, good times, one fine day, and this beautiful life, which I have used on cards, but for this one, it's not what I want. I want a happy birthday. And I'm going to want it to fit. Let me find the die that I want to use. I think that's too big. What's this one? Maybe. Let's try it. I want it to fit in there. So what have we got? I've got the Sending Salutations. This is a new stamp set. Yeah, he loves him. It's cute to see them together. Oh, bless. I must admit, I do love seeing little ones interact with more little ones. It is really cute. Fetched it out. I can't read what they are because it's small and backwards. We've got I'm here for you. Thank you so much for your friendship. Cheers to you. So let's see what'll fit. The cheers to you will fit nicely. And that I'm here for you. Or I have which one? I'm just looking through my stamp sets. I have the banner sayings, and that has just a real simple, sweet happy birthday. Oh, I thought I'd glued them in, but I haven't. There. And I think the simplicity of that, because the simplicity of the images will go quite well. Let's grab happy birthday. And I'm going to get a piece of white cardstock, my stamping mat. That will fit on there. So as long as I stamp around the middle bit there, we shall be good. Grab a block. And I think I'm going to stamp this in. I think I'm going to go for the flirty flamingo and see what that's like. I can hear Hayden outside. I think he's putting his drawers back together. Give that an ink up and stamp it there. Beautiful. I love that happy birthday. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Oh gosh. You've been there 3 hours and now your back's aching from sitting and it's getting loud. I think it's time to try to leave. We're going home to make cakes. Wish me luck. Well, I think you might need the luck, yes, for the leaving, but I think you'll be absolutely fine on the making cakes. I'm sure he's very good in the kitchen. But have a lovely afternoon. Right, let's pop that on there and we'll grab our tape. Now this die does cut little holes in, which I'm good with. On one of my cards, I didn't really want the holes there for using with twine, so I ended up covering them with 2 of the little embellishments, but it looked good. It worked. And then this one, because it's got some twine or ribbon on the sketch, I was thinking we could hopefully pass the twine through it and tie, but we'll see. Right, so we've got that can go there. Liking that. That's looking okay. I do like that actually. I want something more on here. I think that just looks a little bare. Let me grab a Flirty Flamingo because I'm thinking of layering it on Flirty Flamingo, because that will then make up our normal size layer. Yeah, so this, I want something, and I'm thinking you'll come back later to see the end product. Loving it. So love you, Shell. Thanks a lot. See you later. For those that don't know, Michelle's my sister. Not just saying I love you to random people. I'm wondering about one of these bits of foliage. Maybe I need some more of these, and I've just done an order and not ordered them. Yes. Yeah, that's so much better. It really did need something on there. Yeah. Yeah, I've done an order today and I forgot to put these on. I've ordered me another suite of products. And what else did I order? Oh, the new shimmer pens. Right, let's grab some twine to go through here. We could go white or we could go black. And I am kind of thinking black. We shall see. Let's pop a bit of black on. Because my thinking is if we make it through the holes like it's intended, and then at the back I can, if it will, stick it down and then have my bow from behind. I'm not sure what that bit of looks like. No, don't like it with that there. So I'll take that off. I'll have that covering that one. And then I'll be able to put an embellishment on there. Right, let's start sticking some of this together. I'm going to cut me my panel. That will be my standard size because that was ended up a little bit more. So we want 14.4 by 10. I'm glad I'm using Flirty Flamingo. Like I say, it's not a colour I go to. It's not one I've thought, oh, I like that. But I love it with these other colours. And I think that's the thing sometimes, isn't it? We've got the colours we like as standalone colours and we keep going to those. But then the good thing about having papers and sweets done is you see different colour combinations. And yeah, this is getting me to use my Flirty Flamingo. And I'm loving it. So there we go. Nice. So then we can add this on, our little border. I'm just going to pop that flat somewhere around just lower than the middle. And it can overhang slightly, that's fine, because we are going to have a larger card base again, so that's fine. It means we can see a little bit more of that butterfly. Yeah, like that. Then we can pop this on. I'm going to put this flat too. There. And that will go raised up. Let's grab some dimensionals. Just got some edge pieces that I can use there. I'm not going to stick it yet because I want to put my bow behind it. And then I can stick that on there. So that needs a dimensional, but it's going to show. I just want to see how much it'll show and whether it'll matter because it's in the middle. We can make the middle white. In fact, it doesn't show anymore at all. So that's good. All right, so if I line that where I want it, and then that can go on it there so that it's be covering that one hole. And then this, we shall pop a few spots of glue, she says, because I don't mind if it lifts at the top. And then we can pop that down. Wondering if I should have it coming from that or next to that. There. Right next to that there. That's it. And then bow. We can have a black one or a white one. Let me just see. I like a pop of black, but I don't want it too much black with having the two elements already. I do want to keep it quite light. Oops. It would need to be bigger. No, I think we need white. And sometimes that's the thing, you try things, it doesn't work. So we try again. Let's get our white twine. We could colour our twine if we wanted to. You can use your ink or your stamping blends to colour twine. I've done it before, and ribbon. But the twine does take that a little bit longer to dry than ribbon. Or those that I've done, it has. And I'm not sure what colour I would do it anyhow. Right. Yes, the white is much better. Okay, so let's grab a glue dot. I've had them out somewhere. That's going to stick there, somewhere there. I'm all very much by eye and just sticking it. We can always remove it and change where the position is if we need to, because it's only a glue dot. So I'm going to pop that there. Nice, like that. Yep, I'm liking that. You can trim those if you want to, or leave them long. I quite like them being long. And then we want some embellishments. I'm not sure I actually want any more of Flirty Flamingo, so I'm going to go Pull Party and keep it quite muted. So I can pop one on the end of there to cover that. That's fine. And then our third one we can have there, keeping it quite close. And then I just need a card base, which I think I'm just going to go with white. Nice white card base. Haven't got any cuts, so we shall cut one of those. Oh, I'll actually cut two. So if we score an A4 sheet straight down the middle at 10.5, and then cut it in half at 14.8, 14.9, somewhere around there. It's not an exact. And then butt it up to our edge so we get our edges exact, lined up. And use our bone folder, blend that, and then we can pop that on there. Like so. Fab. I really like that. I think that's turned out really well. Using that nice sketch. I love these sketches. Right. So we need a middle for our card. So again, I need to trim a piece of card. I haven't got any cut. That's my job this afternoon, is to cut some more. Hayden's just bobbed his head round. Hello. Cut some more layers because I haven't got any. In fact, I've forgot my tea. Hayden's boiling the kettle, which is what reminded me. I know you're not making drinks. Dear, mention anything to a child. What shall we have inside? I'm thinking I might do the butterflies across just to bring it together. I mean, there's lots of things we could do, but yeah, I think the butterflies would be nice across the bottom. Nice and bright. So what's everybody's favourite thing that they've seen from the new catalogue? If you have a list, what's on your list? Like I say, this was one of my top that I wanted after On Stage. That doesn't look too bad if I do say so myself. Lining that up. It's quite easy to line up. Carol says, I love it. Where did you get the box of sketch from? They're from the Stamping Lounge. It's a group of demonstrators in Australia. It's Kayla, Maswari and Rochelle. I might have butchered Mashwari's name there, and I do apologise. But you can find them at thestampinglounge.com. I can't remember how much it was, but I thought it was excellent value for 52, and the quality is unbelievable. But it cost me more in shipping to get it over here. So take that into consideration, but I was willing to pay that. Because yeah, there was lots of times where we draw a blank, isn't there? And we just sit there and we're like, what do I do? And I don't know about you, but I tend to keep doing the same thing because our brains work the way they work, and what looks nice looks nice. So you keep doing similar, and at least with sketches, it gives you a starting point. And it's not a once you've used it, it's done. I mean, yeah, I'm going to go through and I'm going to make sure I use every sketch, and I'm going to get my value and for money out of it that way. But then I'm going to go back, and you could use the same pieces in a different layout, but it gives you another thing. I will stick to the measurements, cut them, and then arrange them how I want to arrange them. So yeah, it's not just a one use. But yeah, check it out. And I also purchased, because yeah, that's me. A little, let me take it out of the bag. They do pin badges. A little Stamping Lounge pin badge. Look how sweet is that? A little chair and a mat. And I just thought, oh, I need one of them. Because I've decided my old notice board, that was my Stampin' Up notice board. We had the kit, if you remember. I haven't got it up at the moment, but I'm going to make that, I think. I was going to use that, or maybe a frame. I haven't, don't know yet, depends how big. But to put all my pin badges on, my Stamp Firm on stage and my advancement ones and that off Stampin' Up. Because I've kept them and they're lovely, but they're kept in a box and I want to see them. So I thought, yeah, I'll make a pin board to put them all on. Right, so there is our card for today. We've only managed to get one done. I've fiffed and faffed a lot, but I did want to show you, because I've ordered the new shimmer pens, but I have already got one in my box here, because you got one with the album retreat, the virtual album retreat. So I'll just show you how stunningly beautiful these are. Let me find a scrap. I mean, they're a good size pen. If you look at them, they're the same size as a Stampin' Right marker. And that barrel there is quite full of ink. So yeah, but they're shimmer pens, not glitter. So it won't give you a big glittery. It's almost like Wink of Stella. I don't know if you can see the shimmer on that on camera. I mean, that's just one swipe, if you can see it. And obviously, if you wanted more, you can build it up. It will darken and it will add more shimmer. Put it against the white. Yeah, I think you can see that now, can't you? But yeah, it's a gorgeous shimmer. So this is the Golden Glow, and they're now available in the new catalogue in the new 5 in colours. So I've ordered the others because obviously it's no good having one, you've got to have them all. And I do believe that they will be coming in other colours. I don't know which, I don't know what, but I've heard a little that there's a possibility of them coming in more colours. So keep your eyes peeled for that. As soon as I know, I shall let you know. But yeah, I mean, they're slowly swapping the stamp sets out, the ink pads out from next year. They're going to bring in more colours in the new ink pads. Let me switch camera. So yeah, I think slowly things are going to be brought out into new way. Maybe we're getting rid of the Stampin' Right markers. These will take over from those. We'll have shimmer pens in every colour. That would be fabulous, wouldn't it? We all like a little bit of shimmer. We all go through Wink of Stella, which I shall still use. I shall still keep because I do like Wink of Stella, but it's nice to have the option to use a colour as well. Right. Well, thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you have a lovely weekend. If you're about, don't forget, I will be on this evening where we'll be using the same selection of products to do a scrapbook page. But I have got the scrapbook kit, but I'm using it for my album. So I might use some bits out of that as well. Might give you a sneak peek of the album. Why not? But that'll be this evening. So whatever you're doing, have a lovely day. It's no problem, Carol. I was going to share it before because I've had it a while, but I was like, no, I'll wait till it's available. It's horrible to be shown things, isn't it? And then they're not available. But yeah. So yeah, have a lovely week and I shall speak to you all soon. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. See you all soon. Bye.